Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got a really interesting unboxing video to share with you guys. Somebody mentioned that this existed, and I think it was during a live stream, and I randomly remembered that this person had said something, and I went to look for it and found it. And it's very rare that I will just make a purchase like this without knowing absolutely anything. I just went on to Blade HQ and bought it. It wasn't horrifically expensive, but it's a weird one for sure. I can't wait to share this with you guys and learn about it for myself. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me, and please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. It's my patrons that make purchases like this, and this was an inexpensive one, but obviously I make more expensive purchases, but it's them who make purchases like this possible. And of course, people who watch my channel in general. Okay. So this is an AGA Campolin. I am familiar with AGA Campolin. Number one, I own a classic swing guard from them, and that's, it's kind of like where I like to start in terms of the quality, old school Italian swing guards or switchblades, stilettos, etc. There's a whole bunch of crap, and then in my opinion, the quality starts with AGA Campolin, but they released something different, and it should be available, at least for the moment, right? I mean, you got to understand, if you're watching this video, it's likely that within the first 24 hours, 10 to 20,000 people will watch this video. That's about the average on this channel for an unboxing. So there's a lot of people clicking a link. So if you're watching this 2 days after it posted and you're like, you said it was available and it's out of stock, probably because a lot of people clicked that link. But it sounds like I'm being sarcastic, but so what the heck? So this is called the Dragonfly. I know I intentionally looked up absolutely nothing about the operation of this because it just looked super interesting. How does it deploy? They they advertise this as a gravity knife, and that is the case. So weird, man. Okay, so then how does it? Okay. That's actually really cool. Now there's got to be a. Oh, whoa! That was kind of cool. Wow, neat. Okay, so the blade steel is not anything super impressive. This is a common theme amongst, Italian old school switchblade and whatever you want to call this style of old school gravity knife. Like these companies don't really care about what the most popular super steel is. So this is 440C. And I can already hear the groans and the moans and right. I did not buy this for the steel. I don't care. It's $75, which is not anywhere near generally where we like to see 440C. This also automatically starts up arguments between, value of blade steel and heat treat's more important and geometry, blah, blah, blah. I don't care about any of that. You can if you want to. I don't care about any of that for this knife, because this knife, the $75 that I spent was purely out of curiosity for the way that it operates. So what's holding this in? Is there a slight... Yeah, there is a little tiny bit of... But not really. Nothing really holding this in. But man, that's cool how it operates, though. It is. So this has got a little bit of a detent. This has got a little bit of stick up here to keep that in place so that you can't just shake it back shut. But once you kick this back out, you can close it with one hand. That's really cool. That's so silly. And so what we have here is just a simple stainless steel construction. We have a simple blade. I don't believe these are, what does it say over here? 2023 production. Okay. I don't believe these are made in Italy. I think I remember reading that these were made in China. Now, these are obviously not expensive things to create, right? So I think maybe, what does it say here? Ottanello design. Not familiar with this person at all. I don't think these are horrifically expensive to make. So, I think probably, a lot of people will label this as an overpriced item, and that's okay. I think I would agree. But it is fun and it is different. And you know, on this channel, I gotta figure out like the coolest way to do that. I'm a little bit nervous about releasing this because I'm so close to that edge. And the edge, while the bevel isn't perfect, it's a little bit sloppy back here, right? I wasn't expecting perfect fit and finish, but it's honestly a little bit better than I thought. The AGA Campolin stuff from Italy is very, very nice in its competition zone. I don't think it holds a candle to other, you know, if we're talking about the base or the entry-level swing guards that are made in Italy by AGA Campolin, I don't think they can compete with $150 to $200 knives in the modern knife world, right? But in terms of competition with other companies producing Italian automatic swing guards and stilettos, yes, they are definitely better, right? There's a lot of garbage out there. And then you're like your really nice stuff. Like if you want to bump up into like super duper nice territory, then you're talking about Latamas and other stuff like that. But this made in China, I don't know who the OEM is, but it's, you know, it doesn't look like they're using Civivi or anybody like, you know, that I would expect like really high quality from. It is cool though. It's just a fun little novelty thing. I think it's a little bit dangerous. If you're, here's something. I really would have, a lot of people say, oh, you don't need a pocket clip. I think you absolutely need a pocket clip because, God, I don't. It's enough to hold that in there. Like, it's not going to come undone without, like, deliberate force to release that. But, see, if you slip and then go backwards, like if you recoil and then overcorrect, you could easily run your thumb up on that blade. Here's why I think it needs a pocket clip, right? Let's see. The blade's going to come out this way. Yeah, so right-handed. The pocket clip should be right here so that this knife can sit in your pocket and stay closed. That's what would hold it in is the back end of your pocket, that rear pocket seam. Because if you just put this in your pocket, the number one thing that's loosey-goosey is this right here. This is a problem that a lot of gravity knives have, and it's the thing that, you know, the Riot Exo, like people were saying, like, please correct. Number one, add a pocket clip. Number two, add some sort of lock that keeps the thing closed and keeps it from flopping open. Carrying this knife, while I'm sure we'll have somebody in the comments doing some absolutely ridiculous mental gymnastics to, you know, prove to everybody that it's a totally reasonable, safe thing to carry just like this, I would say no. Just add a pocket clip to it and add some sort of system that allows the this inner piece of steel, which is really just a folded, I mean, it's just literally a wraparound piece of steel, make it stay in there. A detent would actually kill the whole, you know, quick release thing, right? I think that's the first argument that people are going to make. But considering your hands are, assuming you're going to deploy this with your hand's already going to be on the knife. Some sort of pull down tab or sliding lock, just like the Exo has, in order to allow the frame to release, probably would have been a better idea. But okay, you know, it's kind of fun. It's kind of neat. It's a little bit different. And like I said, I don't normally make purchases like this. I will say, even though it's definitely not competing with, you know, the $75 territory in terms of fit and finish. It is better than I thought it was going to be. I'm curious, like, where this was made. It's not bad. There's no scratches or anything. It's just a little bit of a goof up right here. And as far as blade play goes, yeah, the blade moves around. It's not super well locked in there. The other problem is that the whole handle is very, very slippery. It would be very easy to run your finger up on the edge of the blade. I think this is more of a knife for people who probably know that one way or another they're going to get a little bit of a nick in their hands playing with this, and just want something fun that's fidgety and a little bit different, and just, you know, it'll scratch the itch without, you know, requiring that you pay. It's technically a budget knife, I think, at $75. I think that's what I paid, right? It'll scratch the itch without breaking your bank account, and it's something that's a little bit different. But I don't think that this makes for a very good EDC. My biggest problem is this right here. The amount of effort it's nice that really is holding the blade in place, right? Not in a way that would, like, allow you to, you know, baton with it or anything, but it's nice that it does that. But getting this to release once it's all the way in is a little bit, makes me nervous, right? The number of times that I have caught myself with a knife as a knife reviewer, you could imagine, exposing myself to this stuff as often as I do generally results in a pretty consistent nicking of the fingers. But okay, interesting. I will review this. I will attempt to carry it as it is. I'm more excited to play with it than I am to actually try to carry it without cutting myself. But I think probably, just picking it up the wrong way. Like, just now I picked it up like this and the thing just came flying apart. It's cool, though. It is cool. It's fun, but I think a little bit unsafe. Anyways, give me a few weeks and I'll have a review up. In the meantime, if you're interested in, it says Italian Passion. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong about the OEM, but I could have sworn it said that it was made in China. AGA Campolin, obviously, Italy, but that's bold putting that on there if that is a Chinese OEM. And you'll be able to see it on the listing on Blade HQ. But anyways, link in the description for this guy. I think there's a couple different options. That's going to be pretty much it today, guys. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.